Good afternoon, everybody. It is November 27th, 2024. It is 3:28 in the afternoon. Somebody called me and I cut off the video, so I had to redo it. Okay, so anyway, this is section 7, part 7 of John Hagee's Jerusalem Countdown. World War III has begun. This section is called, Why Do They Hate Us? Islamics do not hate America. Because of our support of Israel, they hate us because it's their religious duty to hate us. Radical Islam is a doctrine of death. It is their desire, their hope, and their absolute ambition to die in a war against Christians and Jews to please Allah. This is their ticket to heaven and the 72 virgins that await them there. They hate us because we are free. Radical Islam cannot survive in an environment of freedom. What free woman would want to live her life as a social slave and sacrifice her children for this radical religious ideology? Radical Islam desires to turn the clock back to the 7th century, the Dark Ages. I asked Brigitte in your book, Because They Hate, you stated that Islamics turned on Christians who fought to defend them in the Lebanon Civil War. Tell us the story. Gabriel says, many people who fled into our area, there were a lot of Christians who were the intellectuals. They thought they were going to fight for the Muslims, who were the underdogs. They're going to stand up for the Palestinian rights, thinking that we believe that the Muslims should have more rights in government. They were going to stand up and defend the Palestinians and their right to fight Israel from Lebanon and the new Lebanese territories. When the Muslims got the upper hand, they started massacring the Christians. When they went to massacre those Christians, who were the liberal Christians, those who had fought to defend them, those Christians said to the Islamics, don't kill us. We were the ones who fought for you to help you gain your freedom. We're the ones who worked very hard for you to become so strong. The Islamics looked at the Christians who had fought to defend them and said, you are nothing more than a filthy infidel. You are Christians, and you will be killed. And those who escaped told us these horrifying stories. This is what happened to us in Lebanon. And this is the lesson I'm afraid that many people in America are going to have to learn the hard way. We need to look up history and to learn from history. Brigitte then discussed the national identity card that some American leaders are now calling for America to adopt. Gabriel says, when the Muslims and the Palestinians would stop people on the road, they demanded that they got out of their cars. They asked for their national ID card. When the Islamics found out they were Christians, they would kill the whole family in cold blood on the spot. Christians became petrified to travel. My family stopped going to Beirut. We used to go to Beirut and spend Christmas with the rest of my family, but we stopped going. I asked my parents, how come we're not leaving for Beirut for this year for Christmas? And my father would give me an excuse saying, we decided to stay home this year. I was an only child, and my parents were an elderly couple, and it wasn't fun to stay home. But I didn't realize what was happening until much later. When the Muslims started massacring the Christians, once they declared holy war, they would walk into Christian cities. in Christian towns or walk into a bomb shelter where they would find a mother and a father and a baby hiding in the bomb shelter. They would take the baby, tie one leg of the baby to the mother and the other leg to the father, and pull the parents apart, splitting the child in half. They would walk into the churches and urinate and defecate on the altar using the Bible as toilet paper. Oh my God. The last lady who worked for me was completely mentally disturbed. Yeah, you think? I hired her so I could take care of her and her family. They made her cut her son's own throat while he lay on her lap. Oh my God. They tied her to a chair, tied her 16-year-old son onto her lap, put a knife in her hand, and made her cut his own head. Oh my God. She was completely mentally disturbed because they raped her 2 daughters in front of her after they killed her son. Oh my God. Oh my God. That is horrible. Okay, so that is part 7 of World War III has begun. John Hagee's Jerusalem Countdown. That's all I got for you. Thank you for watching this video. I hope everybody has a good day, a good night, or good evening, depending on what time you're watching this.